5. What are the tactics and objectives of terrorism? Has terrorism increased in the past few decades? Discuss. 250 words. Bombing embassies or crowded public places and then later claiming responsibility for the civilian deaths is the modus operandi of a typical terrorist organization. Benefits are fear, publicity. These outcomes help embolden and reach out to people with similar ideologies, ranging from religious and ethnic to socio-economic and political suppression, thus paving the way for new recruitment and funds. This creates a self-feeding loop of attacks greater than fear and publicity greater than attract recruitment and funds greater than attacks. The ultimate objective is to destabilize the incumbent and impose their ideology. To talk about magnitude of terrorism is a bit tricky, for we still don't have a definition of terrorism, something India has been pushing for. The problem is, the terrorist for one may be a freedom fighter for another, be it Kurdish, Taliban, Kashmiri militants or others. Each one of them can be claimed to terrorists or freedom fighters depending on the lens we use. So do we count their activities as terrorist activities? If yes, terrorism has seen a sharp increase in last few decades. Between 2000 to 17, number of terror incidents increased by almost 5-fold and casualties by 6-fold. In fact, 2014 was the most terror-inflicted year in the entire recorded human history. If not, it's tough to quantify, but there has been marked decline, at least in the developed world. Attacks through knife and trucks represent their frustration in a losing battle. The focus has rather shifted to summon all their strength, recruitment and funds from around the world in a few targeted areas. So, while terrorism has declined in most countries, it has seen sharp increase in select areas like Pakistan, Iraq, Syria, parts of West Africa, and others. Overall, if terrorism is a disease, we still don't have the cure, and while not all organs are affected, we are far from healthy. 1. Terrorism is an ideology which aims to cause harm and destroy human life by inculcating fear in minds of people. 2. India's push for universal definition of terrorism in General Assembly 2018 and endeavors for adoption non-comprehensive convention on international trade underscores the quintessence of tackling terrorism. 3. Terrorism objective. A. Chauvinism. B. Bigotry. C. Supremacy of power. D. Inculcate hatred and fear among humanity. 4. Tactics. A. Radicalization of youth via social media. B. Recruiting terrorists by funding families of terrorists. C. Wolf attacks. 5. Terrorism earlier connected to few countries like India, but now has become a worldwide phenomenon. E.g. Charlie Hebdo incident, wolf attack in France, terrorist attack in Bangladesh and Philippines. Provides us testimony that terrorism has increased to higher level. 6. To tackle terrorism. 8. International cooperation to arrive on uniform definition of terrorism. Countries must not demarcate bad terrorism and good terrorism. Organization like NATO should respect territorial integrity of other nations and try to take steps which don't label them as terror organization. Strengthening rats of SCO. B. Strengthening national defense infrastructure along border lines. C. Regulations on social media to prevent radicalization of youth. D. Providing job opportunities to avoid terror recruitment. 6. Untimely snowfall due to climate change not only affects agriculture but also affects the socio-economic